So DFRC stands for Data Fusion Research Center. We are a high-tech SME with the headquarters in Bern. And we also have the office in Singapore, since we are quite active in Asia, and also some commercial offices. One of them is in Barcelona, where I'm based. So we are all here because we know that the tourism itself is a big business opportunity. It was, it is, and it will be. And tourism has been growing in spite of all the world crises. This picture I like a lot because I think that we are here, we are aware that, for example, case of Greece, tourism is one of the main, main asset of Greece, and some months ago it was signed an agreement based on which the part of the Greek debt was somehow compensated to Germany by ceding the management of the Greek airports to German companies. So, according to the latest United Nations World Tourism Barometer, the last year the growth in tourists was 4%, which is very similar to 2014 and 2013. In this trend, Europe maintains the first position as the tourist destination in the world. So, what is the challenge? Yesterday we have heard a lot about the technologies and techniques using big data for the business in tourism, for decision-making processes. But what I will talk now is how the big data, together with sensoring and Internet of Things, can help developing this business. So in tourism, the customers are the key for our business. So how to answer the questions? How do I bring new customers to my business? How do I maintain them? And how do I benefit from tourists visiting the key locations or the attractions which are nearby my hotel, my restaurant, my tourist attraction, or my business in general? So the problem or the challenge is always how to offer better service that the tourists are expecting, how to offer it on time, how to enhance the tourists' experience, and at the same time, how to combine this entertainment with the sustainable business for visitors and tourists. So, from our point of view, the solution could be technology we are developing in the DFRC called LBA Sense. What this technology is doing? We are measuring the number of people in large zones, and also more specifically in the key locations. And this we are doing collocating or locating some sensors, for the whole zone of interest, and also some small sensors in the defined key locations. What our sensors are doing is to monitor, to detect and to monitor the mobile phones. So I mean that we are monitoring both the cellular signal, GSM and LTE, and also the Wi-Fi. Yesterday, in the afternoon session, I have been attending the presentation from the researcher from the Houston University, and he said something that more and more is the reality. People going for holidays or visiting some places, they can forget many things, but we always keep with us our mobile phones. And this is what, with this technology, we try to exploit. Our technology is unique from the point of view that it enables the citywide locations analytics. When I'm talking about city, it can be any area of interest with quite big range. We are highly accurate. What is important fact is also that we are independent from the mobile telephones operators. System is working on 24/7 base, and the cost is relatively low. And it is mobile and with the very easy and fast deployment. So, how does it work? Here what we see are three kinds of sensors. The basic one is the long-range cellular sensor, which is just in the middle. This sensor is based in the, let's say, in the center of our zone of interest, and has a big range, and what is monitoring is the cellular signals. Then for the key locations, we have short-range Wi-Fi sensors, which are censoring the Wi-Fi signals. And for some specific applications, which we will not see in this presentation, but later on during the Basque Tourism Day, we have also the mobile sensor for the dynamic surveys. So these sensors are transmitting in real time the information to us, to our servers in Switzerland, and also in real time the information is processed, and the results of this analysis are shown in the dashboard, which is accessible for each of our clients and users via website. So what we can see is, or what we can know, of course, all of these processes are customized depending on the needs of the client, of the customer, is first of all where the people are. We are counting the footfall. Then how long the people stay. I mean, what is the dwell time? How do they behave? What is the return rate? We can also access to the information which provide us the data about the nationality of the SIM card, how the people do concentrate, and in general, how do the people flow between the key location. What is important to say here is that the system is monitoring the mobile phones in totally anonymous way. And all the processing and data analysis is done on the aggregated level. So besides, I mean, the nationality of the SIM card, which it's not really the private data. We don't really go into the data privacy. So, as I said, the system is providing the information in real time. We can configure the system if we need data each minute, each 5 minutes, each day, or with different kind of frequency. Then we can see also the data in different key location points, and also the comparison of the data based on the analysis of the historical data we have in our system. What is important here is also that our data and the analysis we are doing allow us to develop the behavior patterns, and so to provide the meaningful insights for the business in order to predict the activity, and also to detect in the real time any kind of abnormal behavior. So, how to engage the customer? The customer, to be engaged, has to receive something from us. So, with the technology we are offering, what is possible is to provide highly relevant information, and this information for each customer has to be provided just in time. So, in this case, it could be, for example, by offering highly pertinent offers to the visitors based on this real-time data, responding in real time to the current situation on site, or by measuring the overall response to your offers, including the impact of customers that did not redeem the offer that we have sent to them. So, the overall concept would be the system which combines three basic components, which is the analytics, big data, and here we make the processing of our data fused with data from different sensors. Then the real-time crowd monitoring and mobile application. All of this to decide where to direct your crowd, or how, let's say, to influence the behavior of our potential customers. So, as the last part of this presentation, I would like to present you a short scenario how our system could help to improve the hospitality service through this crowd analytics. So, the concept, this is version 2 or version 3? Okay, I mean the basics is to improve guest experience in your hotel, and all what we need is our sensors, LBA Sense, and your mobile app. Here I have to say that we also have developed our own app, but our data can be easily integrated within any of mobile apps. So, the system is working in the way that we deploy the sensors, for example, in each floor of your hotel or the public zones. It can be in the bar, pool, so on. And we elaborate figures on how do the clients, customers in the hotel do behave in terms of highlight how and where do they concentrate, the then later on the footfall in the key public zones, and learning how long they stay in each of these zones, and how do the people move within or between the points of interest. So the action would be that the guest is invited to opt in to your mobile app for an improved service that promote deals and offers which are tailored to his or her profile. And this is based, as I said, on the analysis of the habits and the behavior patterns. Whenever the guest is nearby the public zone, the system is detecting this phone and making the real-time localization and sending a notification with the meaningful offer. So this notification can be sent via mobile app and also via SMS after the registration at the reception during the check-in. And the final step would be the offer redemption by the client. So the benefits from the point of view of the hotel's manager would be the guest profiling based on their habits. Of course, service improvement targeting the right customer at the right time and with the right, let's say, service and offer. The intensified usage of public areas with related increase of site service, for example, dining by the pool, and general understanding of guest behavior. Of course, our interest is the win-win situation, so on the hotel guest, we have to offer some benefits as well, and in this case, it would be the tailored promotion based on guest habits and preference, better quality of service, so better tourism experience, and hotel experience as special guests. So this is the last slide. This is all from my side, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Iwona, also for being so timely adjusted. I will allow, if you think it's okay, for one or either two very short questions, because as you have seen, maybe in this basket Tourism Day program, these keynotes will continue in a wider panel later on in this Baroja room, so that I think also you will have the opportunity to go there and continue this conversation. But at this moment, I will open the floor for one or two short questions, please. Yes, Mr. Lorenzo. Yeah.
So thank you for a very interesting presentation. I have a couple of questions. One is, this is an hypothetical scenario. My question is, have you tested and are clients happy to sort of perceiving being spied on by the hotel and receiving real-time offers? So what I would anticipate is that this might be very useful in order to design future experiences or to manage very, highly crowded places like for Expo, etc. But in a single hotel, perceiving that the hotel is spying on you every moment you move around, is that something which increases the satisfaction of the clients?
First of all, what I would like to point out is that the system is designed to monitor the crowd, as you said, in an anonymous way. And this is what we are doing, for example, for outside exhibitions, for big crowd of the people, or, for example, on the citywide scale. We have some experience in national parks in Singapore, or, for example, in shopping malls or in hotels. But in this case, we are not spying in the sense that, let's say that the customer is not aware. In this case, we give the option of opt-in. So, I mean, somehow the customer is giving the consensus because, as I said, it is win-win situation. I mean, we are learning about the habits of the customers, but at the same time, we try to offer him the better service or some offers designed based on this knowledge. So there is the consent of the customer.
But have you got data about their being happy? Receiving it as a better service, like you were suggesting it was like?
The data that they are happy. I mean, what we have the data is, let's say, how do they use the offers. So based on it, we can somehow estimate the perception if they are happy or not. But still, this is something that that they know that, let's say, that this system is working, and in this sense, we are working together.
Thank you very much. Okay. Yes, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, cool. Right. So thank you for your presentation. It was awesome. And thank you for attending my talk yesterday. This is just a comment to Professor Cantoni's comment on disclosure. We did a study like this a year ago at the University of Houston on voluntary disclosure, because there's also involuntary. People sometimes are not even aware of the kind of information that their mobile device is actually disclosing to an app or to a hotel. So we studied voluntary disclosure, and we find there's like different tiers of disclosure. People are having an easier time, for example, to disclose their job or occupation, but a harder time to disclose really personalized information. However, we looked at it in the context of disclosing information for the purpose of personalization. And so while initially the consumers typically say, I'm not going to disclose information beyond a certain point, when they face the benefits of personalization, they basically override their decisions. They go through a mental calculus and they disclose more than they plan to. I'll be happy to share the results with you if you're interested. Thanks.
Here, just one comment. As I said, I mean that we are working in Europe and also in Asia. And what we have noticed, for example, and this is following the comment from, sorry, but I cannot remember your name, but I know. Christian, okay. So, I mean that we have seen that this willing to share data is very different in Asia. I mean, the people there are more open and more used to, to be connected, to use the Wi-Fi and so on. And also in North Europe. And South Europe, it is true that somehow we find some concerns.